Before this podcast, I thought I had time. Now I know the world doesn't give you that. It gives you moments. Blink and you miss them. Or worse, you survive them and realise you wasted them.
Ferris Bueller. Is it something to do with that?
No.
No.
I thought it was about time, but it's the surviving bit that's thrown me.
Ah, that's good.
Do they do the same thing over and over?
I have to say, I'm just very impressed that Dominic picked up on more than the first word.
Yeah, I didn't lose it.
Was there a word podcast in there?
Yeah, before this podcast was the first three words.
Right, I missed that.
Right, so survive them. Is that a key part?
Zombieland.
Yes, I would suggest it's a key part.
Is it like Zombieland?
It's not Zombieland, but you're not a million miles away.
Okay.
Do they repeat things, or are they? It's not repeated. It's not like a loop.
No, it's not a loop.
Is it sort of horror zombie?
Not zombie.
Apocalypse. Type
Horror?
thing.
Apocalypse.
Oh.
Okay.
You've actually hit on the word that I changed. It wasn't before this podcast.
Before the apocalypse.
It was before the apocalypse.
It's not a horror. Is it a comedy? Like Matt said.
I'm not sure I use the word comedy, but it's light-hearted, I'd say.
A light-hearted apocalypse film.
Is it like a Shaun of the Dead thing?
No.
Okay.
The apocalypse.
Do you want a year?
Yeah.
2020.
What?
Wow. Pandemic year.
Because that changes it. Oh, that changes the amount of apocalypse films I can remember.
Well, it changes the amount of films that came out. Yeah.
True. But it would have been in post-production before.
I'm gonna need people, I think. I'm trying to think of what.
The character is called Joel Dawson.
That does not help.
No, it doesn't help me either.
It tells you it's a man.
Thank you. Are they on their own, or are they part of a group?
At different times of the movie, both.
So they're a wanderer.
What kind of?
Oh, good.
Is it Love and Monsters?
It is Love and Monsters.
Oh, what's that?
What?
I don't know.
I talked about it. I watched it while I was on holiday.
And I've watched it previously and mentioned about it. It's Dylan O'Brien, who you probably know from
Maze Runner.
Maze Runner.
Right. I don't know that film.
And he basically goes, because of love, he goes across a post-apocalyptic world where there's monsters.
Yeah, so an asteroid. They save the world from an asteroid, but they release so many nuclear missiles that it does something to the radiation. And it means that all the animals and all the
become monsters.
They become massive, essentially, and mutate. So there's like large snails and things like that.
Oh, why have I never heard of this film?
It's got
because it came out during COVID, probably.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but I watched the reason.
It's good.
Really
I
good.
thought it was good.
I thoroughly enjoyed it. Yeah.
Did it come out before COVID or towards the end?
I feel like it was just before, and it might have been a cinematic release about then.
Yeah.
Because I didn't see it till probably a couple of years later.
It's also got the guy from Guardians of the Galaxy.
Chris Pratt.
The one that whistles. I was going to whistle, but I've realised that's probably not
Michael Rooker.
Yeah, he's
also in Walking Dead. Yeah.
Oh, is he? Okay, yeah, him.
Right. Well, good start. Not bad. Let's see if we can keep this up.
Good for Dom.
Good for me, yeah. Thank you.
So straight in, social media, Matt.
Mm-hmm.
Do we want to go over what I've got written down about you? Then you can sort of interject.
We'll just do it quickly.
Okay.
Let's see what happens.
Another 10% gain
in followers.
Woohoo.
Are we going to put numbers on this?
I will add this because I've tried to, because I don't want to find out every 2 weeks, but I still get the alerts that come up that say people like your comment and this. Matthew has been busy making comments about films.
Smashed it on the comments.
People have been commenting on his comments.
Wow. Do you have things to say?
No, because the comments are on other people's posts.
Gotcha. Okay, fine.
But you could still mention if people like your comments. You can
I see. So you're part of like a thread.
I think today one of my comments hit 100 likes. That's the most likes I've had on anything ever. No one's ever liked anything I've done 100 times.
I think you need to rephrase this.
What?
We?
Yeah, but it's my comment.
Yeah, but we're doing this collectively and you're doing it.
Oh, you want to take the credit as well?
Yeah.
Jeremy
has posted you into this position. Yeah.
I'll add that 0 posts this fortnight.
Not a post.
I don't know what that means, really.
How many reels?
I think I've done about 4.
4 reels. How many stories?
Not that many. I don't know. How many was it? 5?
10.
Oh, okay.
How do you not
do you not
know
know?
that
Well,
you've
they
done
just
10?
happen because they only last 24 hours because they disappear, don't they?
Which one had the most views and accounts reached?
Oh, goodness knows.
You're talking about the reels or the stories?
Out of all of them.
All of them, okay.
The one last week of Dominic. There was a picture of Dominic.
The one where Dominic's posing is
yeah.
you are the most reached and the most viewed, Dom.
Yeah.
How does that make you feel?
Yeah, lovely, thank you.
It's all worth it now,
Just
isn't
a
it?
picture of your face looking puzzled.
Bemused.
Just a picture. I haven't,
No.
seen, I haven't seen it.
No, the
You
video.
sent it, the video.
It is a video, yeah.
Yeah,
it's
and
fine,
he's
okay.
edited it, and then that's the most liked one. Well, not liked, I can't use that word. Most viewed and accounts reached.
There we go.
There you
My
go.
turn next week, and then we can have a competition of whose face is most liked. There you go.
I'm going to make sure yours goes out at 3
Isn't it
a.m.
unfair when the followers goes up as well?
I have no idea how the algorithm works out. I have no idea.
Well, I'm
'cause
sure you could read into
sometimes,
it if you wanted to.
No, it doesn't matter. I can send something at the same time and it doesn't seem to make a difference. I don't understand it. I'm just going to keep doing it.
Okay.
Yeah, do it.
I think your target was still to connect with people. So obviously you've got some good news for us and some messages this week.
So, no, the thing is, it's difficult to comment and actually reach anyone without. I'm not going to be a weird stalker. It's just going to
Glenn
message
Coco, no?
people.
Has he come back?
No, he hasn't commented. It's not Glenn Coco. It's
Sorry. Yes.
Danny somebody.
Okay. But you've got something to say, haven't you?
Have I?
You just said no, but.
Oh, I've had some messages from some listeners.
Oh,
Yeah,
perfect.
please
Yeah.
do,
Yeah.
Pray tell.
I had I asked what did anyone think about the films that they don't like that won an Oscar. The only response I did get was from Mel, who agreed with Dominic with Titanic. That was very
much.
forcefully,
Thank you, Mel.
literally just one word with an exclamation mark.
Yeah.
Titanic. That was it. So that was good. But we did have contact from Gemma, who is, I think, was a couple of weeks behind. So was actually contacting to talk about the maths episode.
Nice.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And she said, did The Simpsons count? Because she has a book about maths in The Simpsons, and there is a Simpsons film. So she felt that deserved some acknowledgement because the producers of The Simpsons are all sort of
Mathematicians
and physicians, and they hide.
Yeah.
I know the book she's talking about, but
Is it in the
I'm
film?
not sure I could remember a mathematical moment in that film.
No, not in the film, but then I don't really remember many moments from the film apart from Spider Pig.
And
there's a
him.
big dome,
And
and,
where is
the
Tom
dome?
Hanks turns up. Is
And when
it?
you see his willy as well
Do you?
through the hedge. Yeah, there's a
Whose?
Bart's. He's naked on a skateboard.
I think I said
That's
more
weird.
about what
yeah.
you remember.
You remember that.
You
I
remember
don't.
Spider Pig.
It's
You
like there's
remember
holes in the hedge, and
Bart
you see
Simpson.
parts of him, and you
And I
think,
remember a dome.
yeah. Well, correct me if I'm wrong, people, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
Oh, and they will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, people will be
They will.
flooding
So there's
in.
holes in the hedge at different heights, and
say
then
so.
the one you think, oh no, he's not going to go past it. He does. How do you see it?
Right.
Okay.
Please let me know if that's an episode and I'm just mixing the two up, but I'm pretty sure it is part of the film.
Or a dream?
It's not
Fever
a dream.
dream?
It's
No?
not a
Okay.
dream.
Is that your messages done?
That is my current messages, and like I said, it's been
Well,
mostly
current. It sounds like he's
Well, there's gonna be
preempting.
future messages.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And
yeah.
thank you everyone for commenting.
Yeah,
Thank you
please
very
do.
much.
So Matthew,
Yeah.
if they do want to get in
Yeah.
touch,
If you are listening, do comment on the Instagram, do or the Facebook or anywhere else that you can find us. They will be responded to, and you will get a mention.
Anyone on the internet, if
Yeah.
we're putting the
Yeah,
in front
that's
of
right.
everything.
So at Top 5 Films, that Instagram's the best place because that's the one I'm paying most attention to.
okay. Do we need to set my target?
No.
I had an idea though.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
I think he keeps
Well,
going.
now he keeps
He's
increasing our amount of followers. I wondered if he could create like something that people could share that said something like, "Don't hate me, I'm a Swiftie" or something like that.
No,
And
people don't want to share anything from
oh,
us
but
yet.
but you have, if you make it worth sharing.
Swifty. I can't
Yeah,
remember.
I'm
You
not
keep
sure
remembering
anyone
that.
would want that.
Oh yeah, I can remember we're all
I'm
Swifties.
trying to ignore that one.
Anyone listening right now is a Swiftie, whether they want to admit it or not.
We need a logo for a Swifty, though. That's what you need.
Well, you guys can come up with a logo and I'll share it, and then we'll get people to
Do
share
we
it.
need a logo?
I think so.
Yeah, go for it. You should come up with it if you want me to share it.
Do podcasts have logos? We've got
Well, they've
a
got now.
picture.
Yeah. No, I think for a swap, if you want to be a Swifty, there's got to be a yeah.
We need a
Logo.
Swifty logo.
Specifically, yeah. like a
Oh,
Swift.
I feel like you're
like
just
a
putting blocks
what,
in the way
what are the
of
Taylor
this
Swift
idea.
people called? Are they Swifties?
Swifties.
They're Swifties.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Swifties, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure they've got something.
I bet they haven't. Just the word should be enough.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see if we
Okay.
can get anyone to share anything.
In a
Ben,
font.
just
Anyway,
once.
Yeah, carry on.
Just share anything that I've posted.
Yeah, I just like the
Yes.
idea of people
Yeah.
sharing.
And it doesn't count
Yes,
if
I
it's
do listen
my
to
account,
them.
If it's
right?
one of us.
It's my personal account.
I'll
that
do
doesn't
it.
count.
I'll do
There
it.
you go. Done.
So there's 2. Dominic, have you on yet?
On what?
Yeah, he started following us this last fortnight.
I did.
Oh,
Yeah.
there you go.
That's our
good.
10%.
That's good. Seriously, that's good.
Oh,
Done
as
well
if
there.
that counts towards it. But there we go.
You've got my interest, clearly.
Okay, right. Should we get on to... oh, by the way, podcast stats. No new countries. A big spike in the Netherlands.
Oh,
Tell me why.
I don't like Mondays.
Like Greece. I was
That's
going
weird.
Greece.
That's
I was
weird
going
you went
Greece.
to that.
Tell
I went to
me
a
why.
different
I went to
song.
Greece.
Where did you go to?
It's not even the right words, but...
Okay.
Tell me why, tell me why.
Oh, God.
Tell me why, tell me why. It
Anyway.
works though. As a
Yeah, it
feature,
does.
that actually works. But there we go. I'm not going
Okay.
to sing it every
What
time.
was your
though.
question? Can't remember what your
I don't
question
know. I
was.
think we should move on from the
Why
question.
Netherlands?
No, yeah, we don't know.
Oh,
Could the
okay.
people
Who's
from the
gone on
Netherlands let
holiday?
us know?
Anyone going on holiday?
What we're going to say? Nick from Netherlands, because that's a generic name.
Yep.
Nick. Okay, I've got to write that down because I keep forgetting
Nick
these.
from Netherlands needs to let us know why there was a spike in listening. Is there something that's been going on
Any
over
of
there?
any of the Nicks
Any of the Nicks.
from Netherlands.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, so
Okay.
any of you.
Right.
Nicks.
Anyway, we not so randomly decided to, upon the number 38 this time, well, last time for this time, which is top 5 films that are set in space.
Yes.
Dominic
Yes.
just grinned when I mentioned that.
No? Did I?
So I feel like he's going to have to tell us, Dominic, how did you find this?
Yeah, okay, I think. I think there were quite a few, but I then had to be... I didn't narrow it down as in all the whole film is just purely set in space.
What counts as space is what I
So
thought.
outside of the Earth's atmospheres I've got. in
So-
my head.
Whoa. Disagree.
So
Why?
I decided to dismiss a film that is just on another planet.
No, agreed on that one.
So
Completely
it had to be
yes.
in space.
That's what I mean. Outside
Because
the
other-
atmosphere of it, yeah.
Yeah, but because the Earth's in space,
Can you
technically.
be on moon because is
Well-
there any atmosphere?
I sort of thought so, but
Surely anyway you have to wear a suit of some sort as well. That's kind of how I took it.
like court?
As in you can't breathe. As in you can't breathe.
I don't think he got you.
A spacesuit. I did get it. I just ignored it. As in like, yeah.
Your wedding.
As you say, there's no atmosphere.
Diving
No, you
underwater.
Anyway,
Your wedding. Sorry, I've just heard that.
You don't have to though. Some
No, you
people
don't have
don't.
to, yeah.
Okay.
No, I thought if there was any sort of exterior cutaway shots, if I expected the exterior cutaway shot to have mostly black with stars, then that would be a film that I think is set in space.
Okay. I'm
Yeah.
also going to assume that when you say in space, being in a vehicle in space is being in space.
correct.
Yes. Yes.
Well, no, because you could argue
Yeah, as
just
in
in a
you're
space
not
suit,
in
not on land.
space.
Not on land.
No, but
essentially.
you could argue like it's generally gravity has been produced and they're all breathing air in there, so
But
it's
they
not
are
in
in
space.
space.
If you
Oh, I
wanted
see
to
what
get
you mean.
technical.
Yes.
Okay.
It's a spacey film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I struggled with this list.
I did too.
I got 3, and then I was like, right, all the other space films I can think of, I think I've seen once and haven't revisited, and then I can't really make a decision on which one should be 4th or 5th.
Okay, I don't know if I want to tell you, but I will.
Yeah, go on, please. Yeah.
So I got a little bit in my head while I was doing this, and I was like Matthew. I had a small list, and then was struggling to list them. So I then went completely rogue. Okay,
Oh God.
so
okay.
my ordering might be up for grabs here,
Well,
but
Yes, mine is as well.
I have ordered them based on the percentage of time that is set in space.
I've just done based on how much I like them.
Yeah, mine's on whether or not I would rewatch it again.
Oh, mine is the number one out of the list of about 7 or 8 that I'd got it down to.
That is in space the most frequently.
Has the highest percentage of time based in space.
Okay, well, fair enough.
And
Well
my
done for
5th
that,
will
but-
have the least. So I might even give you my clues based on that.
Right, okay.
No, well, I found out. Yeah, there are quite a few films, but I haven't watched a lot of them.
Oh, no,
more
I
than
haven't
once.
either.
I've
I haven't
noticed
watched
that.
a lot of them, full stop.
Made me think maybe I don't like space films very much. But then there are some that I do really like. There's also plenty
Yeah,
that I've already
well,
used.
clearly you got 5 in that list. I see.
I thought of one for you, but I think you used it, so I went
Yeah.
elsewhere. Right, okay, let's crack on. Who was...
You can start then, I think.
Oh, okay.
Why not?
Yeah,
tell
go
us
for it.
your
Yeah.
percentage of space
Intrigued.
content.
Well,
Let's
I can give you more than that as we go on. I've got a little summary based on all of them. So I suppose I should go through like the majority of the normal stuff before I just crack on into
Yes, please.
the maths
Sweet.
and stats.
Yeah.
Set the scene. Yeah.
My number 5 film is 1998.
No.
Nope, don't have a 1998 film.
12. 2 hours 31.
Quite long.
2 hours 31.
Okay.
Right.
In 1998.
Yeah.
It's a long film for its time as well.
I can feel. Yeah. There's a few.
The
Actually.
the I don't know how to tell you this. The amount of time in space of those 151 minutes is approximately 40 minutes, where you count only scenes specifically in space which are aboard a spacecraft or in zero gravity.
Which boring person told you that? Was it, has AI worked that out, or has someone got a website dedicated to this?
There's a website.
Or
No.
have you sat and watched all these films with a stopwatch?
That's what his list is this week.
It includes a launch sequence,
Right.
shuttles.
That launch
Yeah.
sequence is in space.
Well, no, it would be
Into
time
space.
included.
part of that would be
Right.
included.
Well, I assume. Okay.
Time at a space station
It's a space mission, isn't
and
it?
oh,
It's Apollo 13.
it's not Apollo 13.
Ah.
I've got a secondary guess for
Go on.
that length of film. Is it Armageddon?
It is Armageddon.
Okay.
It is 26.49% set in space.
Over a quarter. Over a quarter. of it.
Yep.
See, I thought of Armageddon, but I thought,
Me too.
is it in space much? And
So
your
that-
answer is not that much, but also not nothing.
It's a lot of behind the scenes,
But
isn't
better,
it? And then,
but
yeah.
better than at least 3 other films that I thought about. Yeah,
Okay.
Better than 3
See,
others, right?
I can tell you those at the end.
Yep,
but
deal.
yeah.
See, I think I've watched that once. I only know it for the song.
What?
I reckon I've seen it 2 or 3 times, but I think most of the time I've seen it, I've caught up with it about 10, 15
Yeah, so you haven't
minutes
fully
in.
watched it, right?
Yeah, I understand what you mean there. It
That's
was
what I
very
agree with
popular
that,
on terrestrial TV at one point.
Probably
for
around
sure.
about 2001, 2002.
So for those who don't know, it also includes
Cracking cast, isn't it?
it also includes space flight to the asteroid, is what I didn't say. So basically, asteroid about to hit the Earth, and there's only one team of crackpot oil engineers who can drill into it and make it explode so that it just misses Earth.
Well, it's
Or does it?
because you can't teach an astronaut how to blow it up, but you can teach the people that know to blow things
go
up
into space.
to go into space.
Yeah, because
Yep.
they didn't need to do all the spacey stuff,
No, they didn't.
but they had this huge vehicles and everything already.
But
But
yes,
no, I think it's 6 months, isn't it? They kind of say as goes by, that's how long they've got. But yeah,
What, from the asteroid to get to Earth? Is it that long, is it?
it's longer than you think.
But they have
I'm
a bit
pretty
of
sure.
training, I assume. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you're right on the cast, by the way. It is pretty extensive when you go through. I mean, Michael Clark Duncan, Owen Wilson, Steve Buscemi, Billy Bob Thornton, Liv Tyler, Ben Affleck, Bruce Willis, just to name a few.
they don't all go into space though.
No,
And yeah,
and some of them don't
5
even
of them
come
do,
back.
don't they?
I always forget Owen Wilson's in that film.
He's the
I
cowboy.
can't remember that.
Yeah,
Woo! I remember
that
that.
makes that noise.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah, there's
But
loads,
yeah.
there's loads of people in that.
Nominated for 4 Oscars as well.
Was the song one of the nominations for? Is
No,
Aerosmith?
it's Aerosmith.
I don't want to
right?
miss a thing. Yes,
Yeah,
it was.
there you
Yeah.
go.
Not leaving on a jet plane. That's Michael Clark Duncan, by the way.
Is that the one with Ben? Is Liv Tyler the
Yeah.
daughter in that? She
Yes,
is, okay.
and Ben Affleck and her are having a thing
Yeah,
behind
and Bruce Willis is the
Willis's back.
dad.
And he works for him.
He does work for him. That is just
Right.
What
Rude.
Ben Affleck works for Bruce Willis.
If you haven't watched Armageddon,
on an oil rig.
you've watched Deep Impact and you just don't
Yes,
like it. But there we
that's
go. Right.
There we
Deep
go.
Impact is Armageddon if they couldn't get a crew.
Yeah,
And that's your number 5 at 26.4%. Did you say? Sorry.
26.49.
Okay,
Yeah.
sorry, my apologies.
Rounded to 2 decimal places.
Okay.
Right, I'm going to go second to that.
Oh, what? Okay, fine. I was poised
Yeah,
then. That's
no,
fine.
you
Go
went-
for it.
Yeah, I think it should. Mine's a 2017 film.
Hang on.
I haven't.
No.
Okay. It is 15. It's 1 hour 44 minutes. It is 6.6 out of 10 on IMDb. What would you like to know about it? Bear in mind, it's number 5 on my list, and it was the last one to go in.
Oh, so you're actually gonna play with us now?
A
As
little
in,
bit.
Is it
you're gonna tell
mainly-
us something and
Yeah.
not make us go for
What-
hours?
what
What
would you
element
like-
is in space?
The whole film is in
The
space.
entire film.
The entire film. If it was by Jeremy's ranking, it would be 100%, 98% in space.
What's the 2%? I've got to ask that
Oh,
now.
that's good. Yeah.
The 2% is the very end of the film. There is a moment on Earth. In fact, it's probably for about 2 minutes in the entire film.
Is it humans in space going back to Earth, or is it sci-fi in
There are
that sense?
humans in space. Yeah.
On a space
On a spaceship.
ship?
Yeah.
Are there aliens?
Well,
Have I just hit it on the head? Which
What
one are we
year was
talking?
it? Sorry?
no.
Oh.
There is an alien, and it has the feel to an Aliens film, but it is not an Aliens film.
What?
Like the
Okay.
franchise Aliens. It's
What
not
year
an
are
Aliens
we?
film. 2017. The alien, by the way, is called Calvin in this film.
Is it
Do they-
a?
oh, go on,
is
yeah.
it? Is it?
Do you want the genre
Is it
tags?
Gyllenhaal?
It is. It's a horror sci-fi thriller.
Yeah, I've
never
seen this one.
it. Never
Have
seen
you seen
it.
this one?
Is it Life?
It is life.
I've never
It is
seen
life.
it. Yeah, so
I'm
I
not
didn't
sure
put it
I'd
on my
claim
list.
that was horror. Is it?
It's thriller horror.
It's
isn't it?
definitely
meant to be.
thriller horror. It's
Oh, it was
edge
just-
of horror.
I was just sci-fi.
No, it's edge of horror because there's. I mean, it's massively claustrophobic, isn't it? So it's.
I didn't feel that.
I mean, it's another one with a good cast. This one, it's got Jake Gyllenhaal, Rebecca Ferguson, Ryan Reynolds, like amongst some of the
I was
others
going
that
to
you know.
say, yeah, we've
I
just,
can
I've
give you
just,
some
I've
others.
just rolled off like 7 or 8.
But
and
bearing
you've
in
gone
mind,
3.
there is only really 6 or 7 people
Is
on
it
the crew.
psychological thriller? As
So
in, like,
the
they're-
premise is that they are digging up stuff from Mars, and in the dust that they pick up or the soil or whatever, there's this tiny little alien creature, like it's like almost just one cell,
Mhm.
and it starts to grow, and so they want to watch it grow. And then there's this the scene, the memorable scene that I have in my head is one of them is sort of it's in quarantine, and he's got those rubber gloves you put into a big box, and you play around with it. Well, the Calvin, the alien-y thing, basically grabs onto the glove with his hand in it and breaks his hand because it's so strong. And then it's the question of it's going to escape and get out. And yeah, it was quite
and,
good.
and also the question of what do you do with it?
Yeah, what do you do? I mean, one of the
You
quotes.
can't just leave it, can
One
you?
of the quotes is Calvin doesn't hate us, but he has to kill us to survive. Because
Was that because they want to get rid of him?
yeah,
Yeah.
you'd like it. I think you quite like it.
Yeah.
I liked it. Don't get me wrong.
Mm.
I didn't have a problem with it. It wasn't. What I'm saying in horror is I don't really think it was horror-y. I didn't feel like that.
But you don't. The horror you don't like is supernatural or jump scares, and I don't think it was jump scary.
Oh, it wasn't jump scares.
But it was definitely there's a thing here that is trying to
Tension
hunt down and
kind of
kill
thing.
everybody.
Okay.
There's a bit of where is it as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Do you know what I
So,
mean?
yeah,
Yeah, that's right. Bit
But
of,
without the jump scare element.
yeah, not too many. I think there probably was some jump scares.
There
but
probably was, but I
nothing.
didn't feel like it. Yeah.
Not like a severed head pops up or anything.
There you go. Yeah, never seen it.
Maybe because it isn't gory.
Yes,
Okay. But there we go. All right. Nice though. Yeah.
good. I enjoyed that. But that was the one that just crept it onto my list out of a number. So yes, Dominic, you're number 5.
Well, that would be high up on my list.
Yes,
If
it
I'd have
would.
thought
Would
it,
have.
yeah.
You didn't think of it.
No, I didn't. It just doesn't. I don't
Doesn't
think
appeal
of it as much as the other ones. Yeah.
Because it has to be number 1, doesn't it? Or number 2. 98%. So my number 5 is 2013.
Keep going.
Yeah, you're all right. You're free.
1 hour 31.
Ooh, comedy.
7.7 out of 10.
That's pretty good.
Drama, sci-fi thriller, and it's a 12.
From
12 thriller.
a 12. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not. When you think thriller, it just means
Is it like chasey? Is there a bit of action?
it's just tense. It's tension.
It's tense.
I think that's where the thriller element comes to it.
So probably where life is actually probably a bit more thrillery than it is horror-y. This is a bit more.
No,
Even a bit
yours
more
was
thriller.
horror-y.
Yeah, but I'm saying horror was the tag in it, but it doesn't mean it's all horror.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I see what you mean.
No, this is just, this is purely tense the whole way through.
How much of it in space?
From my memory, I'd like to say,
Oh,
Yeah.
this
I'd like
is
to say
terrible.
nearly 100%,
Right. Okay.
Nearly.
because I can't vividly remember the beginning of the film.
Are these people on a space station?
Not a station of sorts, yes.
A spacecraft.
No, it is more of a station. But
is
it's
the station like on a moon, on another planet?
No.
That is clearly in space?
No, it's in space. It's kind of in the realms of where the ISS or a satellite would be.
Right.
So
So
it's a
circulated.
satellite.
It's a station, but it's not the ISS.
Does this
is what I'm
station allow everyone to have gravity so they're all walking around? Like, what I mean is, are
Are they
actors
floating or
not?
are they not?
saying. No, they're floating.
Oh.
I think
Oh,
there's
they
bits.
kept
I
it.
think there's. Yeah, I believe so. You've got me thinking about
No,
it
I
too
see-
much now. But
No, I
think-
see what he means. If you watch Star Trek,
No, it's not like
they're
that.
all
Yeah.
walking around
Yeah.
with
No,
gravity.
it's realistic. Like it's pretty much like based on what the ISS would be like.
So is it
essentially
around
what happens
Earth?
is it's around Earth. Yes.
On the ISS.
No, like it's on a similar. So the whole premise. Let me tell you what the thing is. Okay,
Mhm.
fine. So there's 3 main characters pretty much in this. 2 are in
Called?
this.
Do you know? Can you give them names?
Dr. Ryan Stone,
All right.
Matt Kowalski, and
Mike Wazowski.
no Kowalski, and
brother.
Mission Control. That's pretty much is a voice, and the voice of that is Ed Harris. So
Ed Harris is Mission Control. Is it animated?
it's not no.
Oh, that would have made sense
So
with the
it's
130 as well.
It's Dr. Ryan Stone's first mission up in space, and it is Matt Kowalski's last. So what happens is they're up in their station,
I know this. Keep going.
and pretty much the first thing that you see is they get a notification from Mission Control saying that a Russian satellite has exploded, and it's hurtling towards them at 50,000 miles per hour.
Well, they're not going to be
The
there
next
for
thing-
long, are they?
The next thing you see, obviously, the Doctor.
Is this Gravity?
It's Gravity, yes.
What were the names again?
Dr. Ryan Stone.
Oh, it's
That's
the
Sandra
name.
Bullock.
Ryan's very misleading.
Yeah.
Very good.
Why is that misleading?
Because it's
So it's-
Sandra Bullock is Ryan.
Ryan Stone.
It's
yeah.
not generally.
Oh, I don't know. I haven't seen the film.
man's
That
name.
makes more sense when you
But
say it now.
So within the first 5-10 minutes, essentially, they get hit by debris from a Russian satellite,
Yes.
and it's obviously hurtling around the
and it's
going
going to come back and get them again.
in 90 minutes, essentially. So they've got they
Just-
get
right.
the whole station gets exploded. It gets completely shattered. They try it, and she's gone hurtling off into space. And
Who is the director of this film?
Alfonso
Cuarón
Cuarón.
did the third Harry Potter film. There you go.
Oh,
But yeah,
that makes sense now.
But
No, I'm just
essentially,
saying.
a lot of it is out in open space where they've got jetpacks.
Oh,
well, no,
God.
one person has got a
It is
jetpack.
very tense. You're right. It's not
It's-
horror, but it is horribly
It's
tense.
horrible to
Because
the point where it's oxygen. The oxygen keeps dropping on one of the suits more than the other, and they've only got a certain amount of throttle left in
The
the
bit-
jetpack.
the bit
and
I remember is her spinning just in
that's
space.
within the first.
and
That's the first bit.
That's the first bit, and there's
Mm.
just this shot of just everything around her is spinning, and she has no way of controlling
Stopping.
it
Should just continue to spin, won't she?
because because if you're in space,
And the best
nothing
bit
affects.
is there is quite rightly there is no sound other than
Yes, it's
their
dead
voices.
silent.
Like, it's
So
dead
it's dead
silent.
silent.
It's dead silent for most
Other
of
than
it.
George
Got
Clooney's voice just in her headset until he catches her, but then they need to get to another station. Then they get to the station, and there's lots of twists and turns.
This was one of the ones I considered, but I've also only seen it once because I'm not sure I'd enjoy watching it a second time because it's not.
No,
It's a good film that's
But it's
not
only an hour and a
necessarily
half. That's quite
enjoyable
good.
watch.
yeah, I didn't realise it
Yeah.
was that short. Until they said it.
I think that's why I've not watched it, because I know what we're going to be faced with. It's those moments.
it
It's
would
those
get in your head.
No, but it's this moments. It's those moments in other films, but they only last for a little bit. But I get the feeling there's not much light relief in this.
no, it's not. No,
No,
the only
No,
the
there
only
isn't.
light relief is the relationship you have between the two. They're in the middle of space and they've got no one else to talk to,
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay.
so they're communicating. But there's always the kind of in the background the element of she's running out of oxygen. They've
I
not got much
forgot it was
left.
Ed Harris that did the voice of that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Okay.
but obviously they don't speak to him that much.
nice choice, Dom.
There we go. There's my number 5.
Right. So we're on to my
Number
number 4. 1995.
Continue.
No,
I'm
it's
scrolling.
too early.
12. 12. 7.6 out of 10.
Another good one.
Nice. Okay.
Right. Here we go. Same idea.
Mm-hmm. Are we up to 50% yet?
Hold on. I haven't got that far.
Oh,
33.
Counting only scenes specifically in space aboard a spacecraft or in zero gravity and
Yep.
excluding time on Earth.
right. What percentage?
Yeah, well, yeah. Did you say
It's 140 minutes.
Yeah.
Approximately 40 minutes specifically in space. So we're at approximately 28.57%.
Right.
Where's the rest of it spent?
On Earth. On Earth?
Yeah. On Earth.
Is that because
Pre-launch and post-mission.
post-mission? So it's a mission. And what year did you say it was again?
1995.
Is it my one this time?
Yeah, I think so.
Is it Apollo 13?
It's Apollo 13.
That's what I was going to go for.
I don't think I've seen that more than once.
Really? I've seen it loads.
No.
Again, terrestrial TV.
Yeah.
That would definitely be on.
And if I have, I can't remember half of it. I remember bits, and that's
easy
it.
to pick up. I think it's another one that's easy to pick up if you've watched it once before, because actually all the preamble, you don't.
Isn't necessary.
It isn't technically necessary. It's
It-
nice.
It is the
for
first time
background.
you watch it,
Yes.
but you don't need it the second time. You're right. And that's quite a large chunk of it.
Yes.
Yeah. So
60%
obviously,
60% of
it's based on the story that happened.
True story.
So obviously I like that as well.
Yeah.
I can't remember if
Are there
they do any
videos?
pictures
Yeah, I
at
was
the
about
end.
to say.
I'm sure the actual astronauts are in the movie somewhere.
Yeah, maybe that's quite good. And yeah, it doesn't go as planned, basically. So we go through the whole process and what they had to do to sort of fix a problem.
Were they actually trying to get? Were they trying to get some of it? Were just
Trying to
orbiting?
So we're trying to land on the moon.
They were trying to. I didn't know if it was just an orbital.
No, they're trying to land on the moon.
Rocket.
And if I remember rightly, the story in the film is that the media were not generally that interested because 3 years previous or a couple of years previous, they'd already landed on the moon and that was a big deal. But this is, they're just going to land again. And then as soon as the media found out there was a problem and they might not be able to get home, that's when they were interested.
Yeah.
That's the story.
What? Because they were in trouble. Yeah.
Yeah. Which
It was a story.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Fine.
It was more of a story. Yeah,
Mm.
absolutely.
Okay.
But yeah, Tom Hanks, Kevin Bacon, Bill Paxton, Gary Sinise,
Who are the people that are
okay.
in
Ed Harris.
Ed Harris again? Does he only do space films?
Yeah,
Yeah.
clearly.
Because Gary Sinise is the one that is on. He has to stay back. To stay.
Didn't have measles.
Didn't have measles,
But
but
they
they
thought
thought
he
he
did.
had.
Yeah.
But
And then
actually,
he was the
one of the people who's up there
Yes, did.
did.
Yeah.
Ah, yeah. Okay. Where they
Or
used
got
the,
ill
like,
anyway.
the toilet parts of the toilet or something to help them fix.
They had
other
to
bits.
They had to make something out
Yes.
of what they
Also,
had.
by the way, 2 hours 20 minutes. Over 2 hours.
That is long.
It
Yeah,
is
that's
long.
longer than I think it is in my head.
Probably because most of the time you can join it literally halfway
I probably
through.
only
and
watch an
still-
hour of it every
Probably watched it
time.
once they've launched. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is a lot pre-launch, I think, because they do sort of build up the
Is
background.
that
there.
milking it? I can't remember. I genuinely can't remember the film.
No, it's a good film. It is very good.
Well, if only 40 minutes is spent in space, although that would be cutting between as
That
well.
was going to be my question. Was
Yeah.
there lots of cuts coming back to?
I would
must
suggest.
be, right?
I would suggest it happens early on, but there'd be lots of what we were doing on Earth that doesn't get counted,
Yes, there was lots of in-between bits, such as the family were looking worried and
and them in
Them
the
trying to
centre
fix
trying to
things.
fix stuff, and and the test.
test module
Yeah,
where they take off all the. He says they don't have the lights. I shouldn't have the lights. That's where Gary Sinise is in the practice one.
He's lying
He's sort
down,
of
isn't
saying, saying take everything away that they've got. But from me, so I can actually do it properly.
he? That's realistic. Yeah, that's really cool.
yeah.
It is a good film.
Well, that's my number 4.
Very good.
Math. You're number 4.
My number 4. Right, my number 4. One of the reasons it's made it onto my number 4.
Oh, here we
Oh
go.
God, it's
Because,
already.
because I
you
watched
couldn't
it this
pick.
week.
You watched it this week?
Yeah, I watched this
Because
week.
you couldn't pick a film that
And
you
you had
wanted
to add
to
one
pick,
in.
and you had to add one in.
Well, I thought, do you know what? It's a good reason to watch these kind of films. So I watched it, and it was, I think it's only the second time, maybe third time I've watched this film. It was much, much better than I thought I'd remembered it.
Okay.
It actually was good.
Then get to the
Please tell me.
facts.
2009,
Maybe I might have it. Carry on.
12A,
Wait. I'm assuming it's
2 hours, 7 minutes.
Have we got an overlap, Dominic? The suspense is killing me.
Just trying to find it. What are you doing?
what was your rating? Sorry.
12A,
No, it's in IMDb. Sorry.
7.9 out of
9.
10.
Yes.
Okay, we'll come back. What's yours?
Action, adventure, sci-fi.
Yes.
What number?
Number 4.
Oh, so we can do it now.
Yeah.
You can do it
Okay,
now.
we keep going. So Jeremy's got to guess
oh,
it.
wow. No, this puts a lot of pressure on me. I don't like
It
this.
does.
I've got to listen again.
I'm
Go
not
again.
You can't say character names.
No, we can't say character names at all.
There
Because
are
it's in the title.
there are 3 films in this franchise.
Mm-hmm.
And you picked one of them.
There's to be fair, no, there's 3 in the reboot
This is a reboot
because there are lots of films in the franchise.
So I rewatched it, and the reason I think that it's really good is because they managed to reboot a franchise and without people being too upset who are diehard fans of a franchise.
I went to see this with either one of you, and the person next to us giggled like a schoolgirl. This massive guy was so excited about watching this.
I think
reboot.
that was me.
Yeah. He was sat next to us.
So this is the first of these 3
Yes.
then, because you're always
Has
going
to
to pick
be.
the first generally.
Yes.
Bit-
The tagline,
Yeah.
There's a real fan base.
yes, a real fan base. The tagline is "The future begins."
Oh wow, that's helped.
Mm-hmm. Should do. It won an Oscar for Best Makeup and was nominated for sound editing, sound mixing, and visual effects. So it's a big film.
Yeah, I know that, but
Some of the actors in it. Eric Bana.
Yeah.
okay.
I'm giving you
doesn't
choice
help.
ones.
Hold on.
Yep.
Is he the bad guy?
He
He
is
is.
the bad guy.
Okay, it's Star Trek then.
It is
It is.
Star Trek.
Yeah.
The first one.
one.
The first reboot.
I was toying. Yeah, I wasn't sure whether Into Darkness but then I realised that Into Darkness there's quite a lot of it. I don't know. It's the origin story, I think, with the.
Well, there's
the
plenty
original
of this not in space because they're obviously on Earth and
And planets.
only on a planet for a little bit, a cold one.
They're more
but
on
actually
other planets on the second
They're more
one, yeah.
on the Enterprise, really,
Yeah.
for the majority.
Which is in space and on a
Which is in
spacecraft.
space,
So
It's
so
all
yeah,
about
it
the
does work.
training program as well, right? So they don't.
It is.
That's what it is as well. So
I-
they're in
Yes.
training.
And I think what I really liked is the fact they brought it in with the it's an alternate. We're an alternate reality or an alternate universe to what the fans had before. Although Leonard Nimoy is in it.
Is
as
that I was going to say?
Spock
Is that the
Prime.
one? Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
Spock Prime is in it.
Well, this is my problem with these Star Treks. I can't tell you what's in which film, even though I've watched all 3 of them.
But have you watched them once each and then haven't revisited?
Like this is what my brain tells me. Banner's the bad guy in the first one.
Yeah.
Cumberbatch in the second one.
Correct.
And then
Yeah,
the
you're
white
right.
and then the white lady in the third one,
I don't think I've seen the third one.
where she's got a hidden spaceship.
Oh, I can't remember it.
And his bike features more prominently in the third one.
I don't think I've seen the third one.
Right,
I've
then that
definitely
sounds like
seen
right.
it, but yeah, you're
This is
definitely right.
This is the one with
first-
they've got like a mining ship. So the
Yeah, it's
three
like a-
or
it's
three
a
or four,
drill,
is there
isn't
three
it?
of them that are jumping off really high up and
the flight
sort of
suits,
flying down, and the one of them's dressed in red, so you know what's going to happen to that one.
Yeah.
And it's got what's his name from The Boys, and Simon Pegg's in it as well.
Keith Urban.
Keith Urban, that's the word.
Yes, Simon
yeah.
Pegg's in it as well. Yes,
John Cho's getting it. as
Zoe
well.
Saldana
Yeah,
as well.
it's quite a cast.
It
isn't
is
it?
Chris Pine. Yeah, it's a great cast.
And-
Anton Yelchin. I think all of the cast that are playing the original characters as their younger selves are actually really well cast.
Yeah, he's no longer with us, is he?
No, he
No.
died 2016, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But
Really. I think it's really good.
I think the person that's most out of place in their role is probably Simon Pegg as Scotty.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I think he's the one that is not cast as well as absolutely all the rest of them for some reason.
Yeah. I love him in the role.
Yes, he plays a different version
He
of
does.
Scotty, really. I
Yeah.
think.
He's just the he's a bit ditzy, isn't he? I suppose, but not incredibly
So
clever
hold
at the
on.
same time.
Yeah.
because there's other people listening who are going to think the same as me. So what actually happens in this film?
This is all about Vulcan.
Yes. So Nero, who is Eric Banner's character, turns up through like a weird wormhole and kills Chris Pine's dad, who is Chris Hemsworth
Yeah.
at the very beginning.
Oh yeah, I
And his
remember
mum
that.
is Jennifer Morrison.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that happens at the beginning, and that is a difference to the Star Trek universe that we know from the TV series. And then he's looking for Spock Prime, and then this whole other universe happens. We go through the training, and then the USS Enterprise then goes off, but late because
Yeah.
Sulu doesn't do something right. So they turn up late and turn up to basically the entire fleet devastated.
Essentially, both engines don't work or something, don't they? It
And
doesn't
Nero
seem
is
to be-
upset with Vulcan and wants to
As a
kill.
race,
Yeah,
yeah.
so he destroys the entire planet Vulcan in this one.
Oh wow,
So
Yeah.
he's got
that's going to tick you off.
he's
if
got like
you're-
a laser
yeah.
drill essentially that
and
goes
some red
into the core.
plasma.
it goes into the core of the planet and explodes.
So a
it
bit of a
in-
Death Star, got you.
Yes, he's made basically a big Death Star
that
thing.
goes from the ship all the way down to the
Yes.
and that's where the kind of the flight suits where they're essentially
Okay.
they're like
Okay.
They want Spock. He wants Spock wants Spock to see destruction because he's upset because
did his
the
race
Vulcans.
did the
Not,
Vulcans
no, just his pet. Just his family died.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a vengeance film.
All right. I think we can move on. I think I won't remember it enough.
It is really good though. It was really
I'm
worth
sure.
watching.
I'm
Great
sure.
action.
Right. On to my number 3.
Yes.
yes
We are 2014.
probably got it.
I
Keep
have one of
going.
those.
Go
Oh.
on. Let's do it all together. 2
12
hours, 1
A.
minute.
Hang on, I haven't got to mine.
12A.
Yeah. No. Yes.
2 hours
One-
49.
No. 2 hours 1 minute.
2 hours, 1 minute.
Oh, I don't want to share it again.
8.6 out of 10.
Oh no,
no.
I've got 8.
8.
What
But
number's
no,
yours?
this is good because
2.
it will
Mine's
speed
3.
you to it will speed you two up a
Yeah.
little bit.
Come on then.
Okay.
2014 you said,
Out of
right?
the 169 minutes,
Yeah.
approximately 50 minutes is time specifically in space.
How long was the
Counting-
film? 2 hours. Yours was really long.
2 hours what?
2 hours.
40?
2 hours 49.
Wow.
Blimey.
Counting only scenes specifically in space aboard spacecraft or in zero gravity and excluding time on Earth or planets.
Oh, so they go to different planets in this one.
Includes launch and space travel sequences, journey through the wormhole, and space station scenes.
Is it? Oh no, because it's different planets.
Is this?
It is 29.59% space.
So what was the rating? 8.6.
Yes.
That's incredible.
Was Kip Thorne the physics consultant?
Yes.
Okay, I know this film.
Well, go on then. Go for it.
It's Interstellar.
It is Interstellar.
Still haven't seen it.
What?
It's long. It's one
Right.
of those things that
I have seen
need
it
to-
once.
Oh no! See, I think it gets better the more you watch
I
it.
think it will. The only time I've watched it was in 2014 in New York at an IMAX. That's where I watched it.
Okay, so
nice.
as Nolan does, I think it gets better the more you watch it because it does that looping thing. So you don't realise that perhaps you're looping back until you've watched it the first time, and you
Yes.
remember things that you now know that you didn't know before that make it more impactful.
Plants its own Easter eggs.
Yeah, exactly.
What? When did you last watch it?
Full way through.
Yes.
I reckon probably a couple of years now.
Since your children have been born.
Oh,
'Cause
I think I've watched it once since Amelia's been born.
Yeah.
So that's
Maybe
within
she was
5
little.
years.
Yeah.
I have not watched it since my kids were born, and I think it would make a big difference watching it now.
Having
Having
kids,
had a kid.
for sure.
Because at
Because
the
he has to
time,
leave them, right?
it made me really upset at the time back in 2014 when it came out, and I think now it would upset me even more because of what happens in the film overall.
Yeah. So for those people who don't know, Earth's not in a great way. There's a lot of it's
Famine. There's famine, no energy.
yeah. They're all farming the same thing, if I remember rightly. As
They're
well.
like drones just running
there's,
around. And
There's
stuff like
very
that.
little variation in what they're producing because there's a lot
resources,
of sort of crop diseases that
Yes.
are happening in the world and that sort of thing. And basically, they are looking for a way to save humanity.
Don't they come to the conclusion the way to save? It's Michael Caine comes to the conclusion the way to save humanity is to leave Earth.
Yes.
That's right.
Okay.
As
And they've
opposed-
got to try and find somewhere to go.
And
yes.
we get told in the middle in the beginning that they've got a massive spacecraft, but they need to understand something more about space in order to get it off
Yes.
of Earth.
Yeah.
And is it Matthew McConaughey?
Yes.
Yeah.
Anne Hathaway.
And that's his character or their characters. They are.
Yeah, he's a
Specialists.
former NASA pilot,
Oh, okay.
and so
Does that count astronaut or is it a pilot?
I think he has only flown planes from memory.
Okay.
And who plays his daughter when she's a bit older?
Murph? Jessica Chastain
Chastain, that's
does
it.
Murph.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
And she's called Murph because of Murphy's Law.
Yes, that's right. What was Murphy's Law? Isn't it like the worst thing that can happen will happen?
Yes.
Okay.
That's right. And there's a cool looking robot called Tars. I remember.
You
But
remember
there's
talking
two
about
actually.
that?
Is there two?
There's two.
Right.
But yeah, one lasts a bit longer than the other. But yeah.
And there's a planet that's all water, except it's only about a foot, like only up to their knees.
Yeah, basically the premise is that they sent someone previously on an exploratory. They sent loads of them out on to different
Yes.
planets that might be habitable,
Okay.
and they've got one sort of spike,
Oh,
but
that's
they
right.
don't know where it's from.
That's right.
So they're
And
basically visiting planets that they think are
think
habitable.
were.
Okay.
So they visit one of them, and they send someone down there, and he doesn't respond. So they go down to go rescue him, and when they get down there, after like they've been waiting like for a few days or something, and after they get down there, he's like, "What are you doing here? I've literally just got here." Ooh, there's a good time
Yeah, they
frame
talk about
element there.
they talk about how time
time
works,
and gravity.
time
and
and
all
gravity
sorts,
work
yeah.
differently.
It's
yeah.
really good
That's
film.
really
It's
cool,
really
actually.
good
That
film,
is
and then
cool.
the visuals later on are amazing as well.
At the end,
Yeah.
yeah, for sure.
From
but the
space.
first time you watch it, I don't think you appreciate it as much as you do the second
No,
time.
I do need to go back and rewatch this one. I thought that making
You
this
love
list.
Nolan as well.
I do love it, but
Yeah.
I couldn't put it on the list because I didn't think it was in space enough, and then also
Well,
because
it
I've only
depends-
seen it
depends on-
once.
yeah.
Well,
20, what was that percentage? 29 again, was it? Another one?
We're 29.59, so nearly 30.
great choice though, Jim. It is a really good film, and I just need to make time to watch
I
it.
couldn't not put that on my list. But
There we go.
Right, my number 3.
Your number 3, yes.
Best,
There you
best visual effects winner.
Yes,
Let's see if-
But that's
This
the
is-
only one it won. I'm a bit surprised by that, but there we go.
yeah, it is really good. It is really
See
good.
if we crossed again, Matt.
My number 3, isn't it?
Your number 3, yeah.
My number 3 is 1999.
No.
Of course not. Not for Dominic.
No, anything
That's
pre
far too
2010.
early.
Talking about, yeah.
Yeah. If he wasn't old enough to be an adult, he won't have got it on his list. All right, so 1999, PG, 1 hour 42 minutes,
Ooh.
7.4 IMDb, adventure, comedy, sci-fi.
Oh, this bodes well, by the way.
What you think?
I've got a prediction.
I reckon only about 50% of this film is in space. 50?
On a spaceship?
Yes.
I
What, do you
don't know
think
how
it's something
to
else,
try
mate?
and tell you I know without knowing, just in case I'm wrong.
This pairs well with the last film that I've just mentioned.
Which one?
Yeah, I've just forgotten
which was
that.
Star Trek, because you and me just spoke about
Okay,
it.
fine.
So this pairs.
Yeah, I get that.
Is that you got this one?
Yeah, I literally have guessed this. I think the reason why I've guessed this as well is I'm pretty sure we've discovered this via somebody commenting on something. I think we've talked about this film on the podcast.
Have we?
Yeah, and somebody mentioned it for something else, and that we should have picked up on it then.
Yes, they did, and it's an amazing film, and I thought of it really quickly as well.
There you go.
Do you want some more clues, Dom?
Yeah,
I'll tell you
okay,
who-
fine. Let me sweat a bit more.
Potter,
Sorry?
Go on.
the
What was
guy,
that?
one of the characters.
He's what?
He's played by Potter.
Oh yes, it is. It's got Alan Rickman in it.
Guide.
Yeah.
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
No,
Nope.
he's in that though.
He's
He is
in
in
that
that.
though. You're right.
Oh,
But
No,
he's the
but
voice,
can I
isn't
just
he?
put?
He's the
Can I
depressed
add
robot.
to this? That's amazing you've mentioned this. I put Matthew can't put
Yeah,
Hitchhikers
that's
right.
Yeah,
because
'cause-
he's
yeah.
already picked it in the robot one.
Yep, I did.
Cool.
You're right, so I couldn't have that.
So
Alan
I've
Rickman's
doubled
in it.
this,
Oh,
if you like.
It's Galaxy Quest.
Yes, it is. Never give up.
Oh,
Never
do you know what?
surrender.
I love that film. That
It
is
is
one
great.
that is it. That's Sigourney Weaver, right?
Yep, Tim Allen,
Tim Allen.
Alan Rickman, Tony Shalhoub, Sam Rockwell.
I used to get that confused with the one with
Is Sam Rockwell in that as well?
Yeah, so Sam Rockwell's character in that, he is the guy that is supposed to be.
Oh my word, yes.
Killed off.
Yeah, well, he was only on
Yes,
one
yes,
episode
yes.
of the
Yeah.
TV show. So again, for those that maybe don't know what Galaxy Quest is, Galaxy Quest was in the film was a TV show from of the Star Trek ilk, and it has a massive fan base following. And they get signed up for like a Comic-Con, so they all go, including Sam Rockwell's character, who was just a one-bit part once. And they then get invited, and so, I can't remember quite how it happens, but person dressed up like an alien type
They think it's real,
race.
don't they?
Yeah, the alien race think it's real because that's all they've picked up, and they think that they can help them defeat the bad aliens.
Yeah.
And so they somehow take them all up to space, and then they think they're going to be able to help them. They don't realise that it's just a TV show.
Haven't they built them the exact ship
replica of the ship
based on the TV series bits they've seen?
Yeah, so there's a good bit on that. So they're trying to get to, it must be something like getting to the warp drive, or there's a button. The off button is in a bit of the warp drive that they've modelled from TV, where they have to go through these series of jumps and crashes and fire and knives and all sorts and get through in order to just turn it off. And he was like, why would you build this? And he was like, well, that's what it looked like in the show. So that's how they built it.
It's like a blueprint, isn't it?
Yeah.
Did you know the bit I don't like about that film? The wet characters, the people who have brought them there to save them, because they all talk funny and
they did, but that's because they're dressed up like aliens.
I know
they look different.
They've merged themselves, but they're like.
That's right.
God, yeah.
Doesn't one of them get it on with like
on that.
Tony Shalhoub as well? And they've got tentacles.
Yes.
Only at the end. Yeah,
that's right. Yeah. And do you know that one of the big Comic-Con fans in it is Justin Long?
Yes.
Yeah, he has like a small bit role in it. Yeah. He's the fan that's trying to get them back.
He's the fan that's telling them about the episodes. He's watching it at the same time, back on Earth. Got you.
Yeah, and Sam Rockwell's convinced he's just going to die all the time because he doesn't have a name. He didn't have a character name. Yeah.
That's right. God, yes.
Right.
Sam Rockwell's brilliant. He's really good in all these.
That does get forgotten about a little bit, that film.
It's got quite a cult following, though.
Yeah, but it's kind of like a spoof film, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. I think it's a step up from a spoof film because it's
almost mimicking Trekkie fans a little bit.
It's not a parody film, is it? It's
no,
a film in its own right, but
it
does have that element to it.
Okay.
There you go.
Thermians. Is that what it is? Thermiums.
Well, you're the one who's picked it.
They were inspired by jellyfish.
Yeah, they're disgusting. You're right.
There you go.
Yeah, but it's the sound he makes as well. They talk weird.
They do.
We were hoping that. I'm pretty sure it's like that.
What was it? Just so I can check for later.
No, before you start clipping it up for your social media.
Turkey noises.
Yeah.
It does sound a bit like that, though. You're right.
Yeah. I mean, look, 7.4 out of 10 is a good
pretty
rating.
high, yeah. That's pretty high.
It is. Anyway, that's my number 3, Galaxy Quest.
Yeah, they speak cringily anyway.
Yeah. My number 3, I think, is your number 2, Matt.
It is.
Right?
You're going to have to come back round.
Just to clarify, 2014, 2 hours 1.
8.0.
8, yeah. Action adventure.
Yeah. It's definitely.
Right, okay.
Definitely right.
So we're on to my number
2.
Your number 2.
Right.
Doubling up all over it.
Yeah, you two are too similar. My number 2 is 2008.
Nope.
Keep going.
1 hour 38. Well, have you got a double up?
No, I don't.
Oh, okay.
Keep going. I don't have it.
I was like,
8.4 out of 10.
Jeez, hang on a
8.4.
minute.
How long was it? 1 hour 30.
1:38.
That's quite short.
It's quite short.
Out of those 98 minutes,
Oh yeah.
approximately 50 minutes of it is spent seen specifically in space aboard spacecraft or in zero gravity, excluding time on Earth or planets.
So we're over 50% now of the film is in space.
51.02%.
Okay.
Hence why it's my number 2.
2008 as well. Okay.
Still, your number 2 film is only 50% space.
Yeah, I'm
For
not a
Space
fool.
Week.
I'm not a fool. Yeah, but you don't know your percentages. I could be higher than all of yours.
No, not Life or Star Trek.
Well, you say that,
Yeah, or gravity.
but I don't know because no. But you haven't got the facts.
We don't need.
So
the
I'm the
facts
only one who can factually say
on
Okay.
your own, but
Fine.
keep going.
Yeah. Okay. What do you want?
Character names. We haven't had very many of those today. Is it too obvious?
I
Okay,
can't
fine.
give you that.
Well-
I can tell. I could easily tell you the actors of those though.
Yeah, go on then.
Oh,
Yeah.
what?
Ben Burt
Mm-hmm.
is the lead. Alyssa Knight is the second.
Right.
The only other known characters would be
Actor.
Jeff Garlin.
Don't know who that is.
Right. So this is and the rating
And-
was quite good.
Fred Willard.
8. It was above 8.
No, it was 7 point something.
8.4.
It was 8.4,
Yeah.
and there's people in it that I don't know.
Yep.
Or at least, would I recognise them if I saw them, though? From other films.
I've got no idea.
Is it because they
It's
are
animated.
very specific?
I didn't give you the genres.
2008.
Tricked you.
Is it like what? It's not Wally, is it?
Yes, it is.
Of course it is. Of course it's Wally.
You didn't give us the main character names.
No.
Wally.
Oh, that's why. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
Tell us more about this film, Jeremy.
Right, so very similar to the last one, Earth is in disrepair, but in this one, they have left on a massive vehicle.
Do we know that at the beginning, though? We don't know that they've
No, not for
left,
the first 7 or 8 minutes. There's no dialect.
There's no dialect for quite a while. There's a cricket that makes some sounds.
It's cockroach, isn't it?
Dialogue, no dialogue.
A cockroach, you're right, but no dialogue. And yeah, so we don't necessarily know that, but we can see that there's not a lot going on.
Yeah.
All we see is Wally stacking up piles and piles of rubbish because we've been too commercial and we haven't looked after our planet.
Was that right? So I think I've seen the film once only.
What? I've seen that so many times.
I don't think I was interested enough to watch it again. I thought it was a bit slow for my liking.
Maybe for the first 10 minutes.
I don't know. I've never felt
it's
a
got
draw.
slow moments.
I've never felt a draw to watch it again.
I suppose when you get onto the ship, no.
It's definitely made to be emotional more than anything. It's meant to emote.
There's the issue,
and there's your problem, right? Yeah.
No,
it's
amazing how it does it, though, right? Because it's
you've got a love story between robots
that can't talk.
Well, they can
communicate with say their names in different pitches and
hand gesture and
just those noises. Yeah, not actually no words.
So help me out. So like I said, I've only seen it once, so I can't remember. The world has been ravaged by humans. And he was sent. Why was he sent down there? He was sent down with other robots as well.
He's pretty much the only one left.
He's one of millions that was.
He's the last robot left to try and tidy the place.
Yeah, and they're piling up that, and basically the ship has gone away, and it's waiting for a message from Earth to say that life has started again, and we can go back.
And if I remember rightly, he finds a plant.
Plant life, in a shoe.
He has found a plant, and he puts it there, and then basically this ship is sending like rovers down, which is Eva. She's a rover. She's looking for plant life to see whether it's time to go back.
Okay.
So he's a cleanup robot on the planet, and she is like a searcher for life.
How long were they in the space, or are they in the spaceship for then? Is it like 6 months, 2 years, 6 years?
Oh no,
years?
Hundreds of years.
It's their septillion.
It's like the 11th generation or something. Oh.
Right, and they're all, if I remember rightly, they're all big, fat, and lying down.
Yeah, because everything's done for
everything's
them.
catered for now. They basically look at screens all the time.
Everything's liquid.
Oh,
yeah. There's a lot of that as well, like screen usage and that sort of appreciation.
Very current still then.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. Yeah.
2008 was it?
Yeah.
God, time flies, doesn't it?
Well, yeah. I mean, it does. Yeah, it's constant.
It's coming up to. It's not just shy of 20 years old.
Yeah, and you've only watched it once.
Yeah, I've been watching other films.
I can't believe you and the kids haven't watched it. I think
the kids would have. The kids might have watched it once, but it's not been one that I've been interested in watching again.
No, very good though.
Yeah.
It is a good film.
It was the first Pixar film to have less than 40 minutes of dialogue.
Yep.
Yeah, it was definitely on my list. It just wasn't in my top 5.
Yeah, and it won Best Animated.
It did win the Oscar.
So I'm a big fan.
Very good.
I particularly like when...
It's Bev's favourite film.
Is it?
Bev's favourite kind of Pixar film.
Yeah. I like the bit where they're out of the spaceship.
With the fire
extinguishers, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
But it's good.
I don't remember that bit. So have your kids watched it lots, Jem?
Yeah.
Right.
There's a song in it as well, which is from Hello Dolly, is it?
Yeah,
he watches a old school VHS.
Right. I vaguely remember that.
Put on your Sunday. No?
Okay. No, don't.
Okay.
Yeah. No, yeah, so he likes collecting stuff, and he's
almost fascinated by
he's a hoarder.
Humans because they haven't been there.
Right.
But he's been picking up all their stuff.
Yeah.
He's a bit of a hoarder.
Tidying into big piles, if I remember
Except for the bits he wants to keep.
It's
a bit weird at one point because at the beginning, he basically, all the other robots are dead. He just takes the tracks off of one of them and puts it onto him.
For spare parts.
Well, yeah, why wouldn't you? Makes sense.
Well, he's got no respect for the dead.
Well, no, they weren't alive. They're robots.
I'm joking, Matt. It's okay.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
So that's your number...
That's Jem's number 2, which means it's time for my number 2 and your number 3.
Correct.
Which, Jeremy, just to refresh for like the fourth time.
Yeah.
I have to guess by myself again.
2014, 12A, 2 hours, 1 minute, 8.0 out of 10. Action, adventure, comedy sci-fi.
Action, adventure, comedy,
I'm not
sci-fi.
sure how much of this is in space, but it's very spacey.
It is very spacey. I thought that, and I thought, is it in space? And I thought, well, yeah, if I think of this film,
I think
of space.
I think of this, the vessel in
What
space.
year was it?
2014.
14.
No, that's not the one.
There
I'm
is
thinking of.
What are you thinking?
Very...
No.
You got to say it.
No, I don't.
If you
Somebody
say
else
you're
might
thinking-
have it, Dominic.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I can't give you names, and I can't
How
give you
many
actors.
of them are there? There are multiple.
Oh, they're right. It's one of many. It's a franchisey thing, so it's one of many films.
Is it the first?
It is.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Although I'm not sure if it's my favourite.
I think it's my favourite.
It's definitely
Why wouldn't it be your favourite?
the music.
Bear in mind, you two, that we have to get to a solution where I do guess this.
That's a big key.
The music, I think it's
Is
my
amazing.
second favourite lot of music from these films. I think the second film has more
disagree with
music,
that,
but I also don't think it's in space as much, the second one.
This is the
How many films?
Three?
Yeah.
Well, three and many others.
Oh, there's loads. Yeah.
Are you
There's,
surprised I don't have this?
yes.
yes.
Oh, okay. Guardians of the Galaxy.
It
Yeah.
is Guardians of the Galaxy.
Number one's best. Fact.
Yeah. I like the whole. Yeah. It's just the building of that team, I suppose.
It's the best.
The grouping of people. Yeah.
I much prefer the music on the second one.
Really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I don't dislike the music on the first one. The first one is also awesome. Mix one.
Also,
on.
20.66%.
Oh, is that why?
Is that why it's
That's
not on
why
your
I didn't
list?
make the list.
But
It's
yeah,
the first one to drop
because
off.
quite a lot of it is on land within different planets, I suppose, and then
I
Yeah.
suppose.
he gets.
But it's
There are,
roasted
there
and-
are 25 minutes out of
Ah.
121.
So is that the only reason it's not on your list? It fell off the
It
bottom
literally is sixth.
because of
I
content and
can't
space.
believe that. I love that. Well done though for not putting that on. But yeah,
Yeah, thank you very
I
much.
can't believe it's that low.
Well, no, because they are on planets a lot of the time. I think even more so in the second one.
But one of the planets is not a planet particularly. No, that's what I mean. Even more so in the second one, which is why I decided this deserved to be in the space one more than the second film. Like, what about the planet with the collector? Because that's a planet that's built, isn't it? It's not a real planet, or is it a real planet?
yeah. Well, I suppose it's land, isn't it? And they walk on it.
I'm trying to remember because I get mixed. Is that not a dead planet that they've
I
inhabited?
can't remember. I can't remember the ins and outs of that. Also, isn't this the first time we encounter an Infinity Stone in this film?
Yes.
Yep.
And then it just gets forgotten about for a while.
It does,
But
yeah.
it does
It's nice.
massively.
It's dropped in.
This one where they're in prison, obviously.
They are in prison. That's also...
probably one of my favourite scenes. That one, yeah, with the leg. But yeah,
Is it a space prison, though?
yes,
So, although it's in prison, the prison is a floating space
because they
place.
have to fly out of it into
Because they
space,
turn the
yeah.
gravity
I haven't
off.
got the
Yes.
summary for this one
They
because
turn
it's
off.
not in my
They
list.
do. They turn the gravity
They
off. and
turn
that's
the
how
gravity
they do it.
off.
Yeah, that's how they not distract everyone, but that's how they get
Yes.
out, isn't it?
That's yes, I'm
Because
pretty
rocket
sure it is.
creates the
Because
bomb
Rocket
that destroys
asks
them.
Groot and Star-Lord.
Peter Quill.
Does he ask Drax? Is Drax part of that group as well at that point? Or do they meet in prison?
They meet in prison, but
They meet
he's
in prison.
definitely-
That's right.
he helps them get out though.
And
Yeah.
Zoe Saldana's
Gamora.
there as well at the
Gamora,
same
yeah.
time. Yeah.
That's right. But
Because
she's,
everyone wants to kill her.
that's right, because she is Thanos' daughter, adopted.
Yeah, and he's pretty much massacred most of their families.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Including
It is
hers.
really good
Including
coming
hers,
together
yeah.
of a big group. And
Yeah.
I remember being the most surprised that this film was as good as it was, because I think I thought that the trailer didn't necessarily sell it particularly, and I thought the idea wasn't that brilliant. I also thought
No,
look,
but-
there's a cartoon raccoon. I thought that's not going
Yeah,
to be
but it's
particularly
brilliant.
cool. But it is brilliant.
I think I didn't know as much about them. Like, I'm
Yeah.
not a big
No,
comic
that's-
fan,
no, agreed.
so I didn't know as much about them, and that's why it also surprises me.
Yeah.
Whereas
Yes.
you kind of know Iron Man
You
and
do.
all
Well,
the
yeah.
big ones.
Yeah. I see what you mean. Yeah, they're not as well known.
But then I think what
Or
keeps
X-Men or all of that stuff. So it was the first one that came along that was a bit like, oh, that's new.
and what
Yeah.
keeps you coming back was the music to the whole thing. They were very
Yeah.
clever with James Gunn was very clever putting all the 70s music with that one. Doesn't it go 70s, 80s, and then
Yeah, I think
70s, 80s, 90s music for
because
each
he
of the
finds all
different
of
three
his
films?
cassette tapes.
I just listen to them all now. But
Yes,
there you
I
go.
do. They're
Yeah.
on one big playlist.
Yeah,
It's very good.
yeah. No,
There we go.
I understand, but it didn't hit the percentages.
There we go. Okay, and that was your number 2
She's
and my number
upsetting.
3. Yes.
Upsetting for
Yes.
my guess for you, because that was my guess for you.
Yeah. Well, you missed out by literally
20 minutes.
well, no, it's a bit more than that, but it's the percentage I went on more than anything. So
3%, 4%.
5% and something. Yeah.
There we go.
That's how close you were.
Right, good choice, Dom, for number...
Yeah, good choice. Well done. 2 good choices.
2 good choices so far.
So we got Dominic's seconds.
My number 2 now,
Yeah, go on
yes. 2009.
I have a 2009, but we've already discussed it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you doubled up again.
What? 1 hour 37. 7.8 out of 10. And it's a drama, mystery, sci-fi.
Mystery.
15.
Right,
So-
can I just say, these rankings are very good in general.
Yeah, people like space, don't
Space
they?
films are good.
Mm.
They are. They create tension, obviously, that is a... Anyway.
Not very many kind of... The cast is minimal, again, because I think it's set...
I'm trying to think of a mystery space film.
It's set
I'm trying to work
in-
out the mystery of it.
I can tell. Well, I can tell you some of the character names.
Yeah, do it.
Sam Bell and Gertie are the only 2 you're going to know.
Oh, Gertie's a robot.
Gertie is a robot, voiced by Kevin Spacey.
Oh, I do know.
I've watched this film a couple of times.
Gertie is a robot played by...
It's not really one you need to watch again.
Oh,
but
I know exactly what it is. Yes, it's really good.
it's very good. It's
Well, you have to
fantastic.
tell
And it's
us.
got one other person in it. Yeah?
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Who is Sam Rockwell.
It is Sam Rockwell again.
He's in that's the 3rd film. Has he come on
Yeah.
today?
Yeah.
It's based on something that orbits the planet, our planet, Earth. And he's there for a 3-year contract. If you haven't seen the film, that makes no sense. But
I
essentially-
don't think Jeremy's seen it. It's a cult film, and the film... I'll name it. The film is Moon.
Oh my god, it's so good.
Oh,
Jim.
no, I haven't seen it, no.
Oh, 1 hour 37. It's definitely worth a watch. So the whole concept is he's up in space working for a company called, I think, Luna, I think the company is, and they are siphoning, they're extracting helium essentially for all the for power on Earth. But he's there for a 3-year contract, and he's coming up to the end of his 3-year contract.
On his own.
On his
He's
own,
there
yeah.
on his own. He's
only-
literally
he's
just
only
like
one
a
man.
security guard. That's effectively what
He's
he's
just
to
manning the
to
station.
make sure that the
It just
pumps
keeps
will
going.
keep working.
All he
etc.
does is whenever the kind of canisters are full of what they're extracting, he goes out, brings it back, and then they take it. Then he gets it taken back to Earth at some point. He's got 2 weeks left, and he goes out, and
Isn't the only contact he's got with Earth is videos? Like that, there's no live contact.
no,
They do
it's
like little
broken. So
cassettes.
Gertie the robot is the only one that kind of communicates with him. But he sees videos from his wife and his daughter. But essentially, things go wrong. He goes out and he crashes into one of the buildings that's out there. And I'm not ruining this. I checked before I did anything.
Yeah.
But essentially, he goes out there and he finds a body in one of the buildings, brings it back, and it's his doppelganger. Essentially,
It looks exactly
looks
like
exactly like him. Doesn't know what it is,
Oh, he's been cloned. Got you.
but essentially, yeah. So he comes back and he has to unfold. Like he's living, he's back, and then so he's only got 2 weeks left. But I don't want to ruin it really. But essentially, that's what happens. He finds his doppelganger, and then things unfold. He needs to find out why he's there, who he's there for.
And then I guess he's trying to save himself. Is the first.
They kind of initially
thought.
they're not friendly with one
the
another.
mystery is definitely he's trying to work out what
Why?
is going on.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it just unfolds
But it is
when he kind of.
just Sam Rockwell.
That's what it is.
He's
Yeah.
the only. Is he one of the only
Physical.
actors apart from like
from the-
videos of
And
people?
there's a girl that's up there as well,
Yeah.
which is part of it. But I don't want to tell you what that is. Yes.
Oh,
Yes. So
It's brilliant. It's
really
very
good.
well filmed. It's
I was
just him. And
surprised. It was so good when I
and he
watched
starts
it.
losing the plot.
but I do
But,
like Sam Rockwell. So yeah,
He's very likable, isn't he?
This sounds weird, but I almost feel like I have watched it.
You might have seen scenes of it. I don't know, but
You might have
it's-
seen scenes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's Sam Rockwell being Sam Rockwell for quite a lot of it.
Okay.
I know
Good
that sounds
choice,
obvious.
though.
He's really good.
That was one of my considerations.
He's very good. Yeah.
Right. Is that everything now? Just ones.
We're down to the number ones.
Down to the number ones. Right.
Right.
So
My
it's Jim.
number one, 2016.
No,
No,
It's only 7 out of 10.
poor by.
but it's
all other
100% in space.
No, it'd be like 70.
Oh, very good, close. It is 77.59%
Okay.
in space. Obviously, it's excluding time on planets or Earth.
Planets. That means there are other planets in it. It's a slight clue. See, so there is time in Earth there, and there is time on other planets.
Okay.
Most of the time, film takes place aboard the spaceship.
Have you said the genres?
Zero gravity sequences and shipboard life are included.
What year was it? Sorry.
Was it 2017? Did you say?
I don't know if I did. 2016, I said. Yeah.
No, you did. Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And you said the genres.
Can you give us some? Yeah, did you give?
I
us
can give you the genres.
Yeah, go on. You think it was
space,
sci-fi,
yeah, drama,
right?
Adventure,
comedy?
No. 1 hour 56.
What rating is it?
7.
12A.
He's doing it on purpose, not
Yeah, you two and your ratings.
Okay.
Okay. Characters. Give us some characters, or give us where the 29
main two
places.
characters: Aurora Lane and Jim Preston.
Aurora and Jim.
Yep.
Oh, Jimmy and Aurora's.
There's only actually 2 others that speak, I think, but there we go.
Well, hang on. Well, other people are in it, but they don't speak.
Yeah, like
you
at
right
the
now.
extremities.
Okay.
What?
Would we get it from the actors and actress?
Oh,
Actor is
yes.
actor, okay.
Yeah, for
Okay.
sure.
You got a tagline?
Yeah, I got a tagline.
Does it help?
A journey beyond the stars.
No.
So they're on. Hang on. What? There's 2 people.
Well, there's more than 2 people.
I know what it is.
yes.
Is one of them come in? There's a captain come in later in the film.
I think you're talking about Gus Mancuso.
Does this contain an actor who we have
We've
just
just
mentioned
mentioned.
or not mentioned, but he's in the previous film we've just discussed?
He is in one of the previous films.
Right.
So it's passengers.
It is Passengers.
Oh God!
yes.
You looked at me then as if it was wrong.
The other person
so-
is Michael Sheen. Is a robot in the bar.
And
Right.
Lawrence Fishburne's coming.
And Lawrence Fishburne
Yeah,
is
yeah.
that. There's also Andy Garcia turns up at the end when they've all woken up, but he literally turns up for 2 seconds.
I've never seen it.
Well, it won't help.
It doesn't make a difference.
So from what I've garnered from the trailers,
Yeah, you haven't watched it.
no,
Oh my goodness.
I've watched it.
No,
he
No.
wakes her up.
but he
He
gets
wakes up from they're in deep sleep because they're traveling
Malfunction.
somewhere.
yeah. He gets woken up prematurely.
Does he choose
90
to wake
years
her up?
too early?
Does he? Oh, blimey, that is a long time early.
Yeah.
And he can't work out how to go back to sleep. Or
No, he
can't.
can't.
No,
Oh, 'cause
he
it's-
can't.
it's
His pod is
malfunctioned.
It's
It doesn't
malfunctioned
work.
and he can't get in anywhere.
And he's
he
not
wakes,
an engineer.
He wakes up Jennifer Lawrence's character.
He is an engineer,
Why doesn't he fix her?
but
I
he
can't
hasn't got
remember.
the access codes to
Gotcha.
do a lot of
Yes.
stuff.
Okay,
Right.
cool.
To get tools and stuff
So
is the
That's
problem.
right. Sorry.
Can you tell me the general premise of the film? Because to me, it was just he wakes her up, and then they sort of get along, and then she gets cross with him because
I don't want to ruin too much, but he's not in a good way.
Right.
And then there is an instant that she wakes up.
Is Chris Pratt acting quite well in this, as opposed to just being a buffoon, as you said before?
He's
still a
got
bit-
more layers.
Yeah,
Right.
he is still a buffoon.
He's still a
But-
buffoon at times. Yeah.
but it's more serious buffoon.
Um,
But it, like things like,
And then
she
they're
has
trying to
more
grapple with the
privileges.
idea that basically they can't go back. So what do you do?
Because they're just traveling for like 90 years. So
by the time they get there, they'll be gone.
they have food and drink, right?
yeah. But
Well,
it's like,
they have different access
that's what I mean.
levels.
So Jennifer,
She's
Lawrence's
like on the premium.
Oh,
she gets really nice breakfasts, and he just gets porridge. essentially.
porridge. Yeah.
do they share?
Well, that's part of it. Yes.
Oh, right.
It's just it's a
And
relationship story.
His
But
his
Okay.
wake up area, if you like, because they would have woken them up earlier than landing,
Mm-hmm.
so that they could have come back out of thing.
Right,
and, that
and then
sort of
they'd have
thing.
enjoyed
So
all
it's a
of
really-
the food.
it's
So
like a
then there's a
mall
bit of a
and stuff like
travel.
that.
Yeah, so it's
Okay.
got a mall
It's
and
got bars
exercise
and-
stuff and everything like that for
Yes.
when they wake up.
Okay. Could this film have been done without the space element? Could it have been, or has it been done without the space element?
I don't think it would work.
I don't understand why you'd be travelling for 90 years.
The
Okay.
whole point is that they've got a trip to wherever they're going.
Could they
another
not just-
planet?
They couldn't just be stuck somewhere together.
No,
No, it's part of the
Right,
space
okay.
travel
'Cause
is
they've
part
got-
of it.
because they've got everything they need. I think that's the part of it as well.
You
So
can't
it's not-
stop what's happening.
Yep.
And it's going on for 90 years.
and they
Okay.
can't leave. I think
Well,
that
it's
the
gone
fact
on
that
for
it's in-
longer than 90 years, but 90 years is how much is left when he
Left.
wakes up.
Yeah, and I think the fact that they're in space means that they are stuck, very much stuck. So if
Yeah.
you did it anywhere else, they could leave, but in this
Right, I
place,
see, yeah.
they can't leave. They've got a
Yeah.
certain amount of space to be in. Oh, infinite amount of space, but within the
Wow,
spaceship.
arguably
And this is your
not
number
infinite,
one.
by the
And
way.
the number one is based on time spent in space, which could have been 90 years, but is actually only 70% of the film.
Yes.
Right.
Well, yeah. I mean,
I can't remember the
70,
beginning of the film then.
So 30% of the film is.
I think it's more to do with there are recordings
Oh,
as
like-
well
oh,
of
okay.
people,
Okay.
and I think she has recordings because they basically have memories for reference points for all of the members. So you had to record yourself talking about life on
Gotcha.
Earth and
Okay.
why are you doing this? And
Like
all
a time capsule. For
And I
Yeah,
remember-
yeah.
And the reason that, they couldn't get any contact to anyone because he sent an email, I think it was, or some sort of contact. It was going to take about 10 years to get there, to get back to Earth.
Yeah,
and then
he
get back to
basically
you.
asked what he wanted to send them something saying,
I've
"What
woken
do
up.
I do? I've woken up,"
Yeah.
and it said,
can't remember the exact
"Expected
time, but
delivery
yeah.
date is something like 12 years time,"
Yeah.
and that was just to get there.
Okay. This is surely there should have been a contingency plan for this, just such an occasion.
Well, that's kind of discussed in the film.
Okay, fine. I'll leave it at that then.
And that's where
Shall I?
Lawrence Fishburne's character comes in a little bit and explains it, essentially. But
Okay.
yeah.
Very good. That's good film then. It's worth me watching.
Oh yeah, I did enjoy
I
it.
think so. Yes, I didn't put it in my top 5 because I think not much happens in it. It's very much a.
Is it slow?
But I also like Chris Pratt. So.
I don't think it's slow. 'cause
And
it's
Jennifer
quite a lot-
Lawrence, to be fair. So
Mhm.
Yeah,
yeah, it's an easy watch.
Nice.
very much so.
Once you've watched it once, again, you can put it in the background and just
Yeah.
keep popping
Right.
in and out.
Okay. All right, good.
So you're number 1, Math.
My number one is not that an easy watch.
Okay.
It is 100% in space.
Whoa, that's a big claim.
Okay, go on.
It's 1997.
Have I seen it?
I don't know.
Then I can't argue very much for that.
I know Dom has.
Oh, okay.
Oh right,
So
horror
it's a
thriller.
horror thriller.
It's a horror sci-fi thriller.
Okay.
It is an
97.
It's an 18. It's 1 hour 36 minutes, and of every film we've heard so far, it's our lowest rated. It's 6.6,
Okay, so
which
it's not like an
surprises me
alien
somewhat.
film.
Okay.
Can you understand why people might vote it that low? Like, does it split people or?
I'm not sure it splits people. I think it has a cult following, but maybe it could be seen as slightly melodramatic. Maybe you could say the writing of.
Are we involving
storyline.
aliens?
There are no aliens in the film, as far as I can remember.
But they're
But
inferred.
the presence is there in that sense.
Something is there.
Okay. And I've seen it.
Oh, you've definitely seen it.
Okay.
I'm feeling like the
It's
spacecraft
all on a spaceship, right?
is turning off slowly, or
There is the name of the film is the name of a ship, a spaceship. So the name of the film is the name of a ship. The bit you might remember, and I'll give you a
Horizon.
yes.
Am I right?
No, but you're nearly right. Halfway there.
Horizontal.
Oh, well done. Well done.
It's
Something.
Event Horizon.
Horizon. I have never seen it.
Are you joking?
Never seen
I
it.
could have sworn you'd seen this
No,
film.
never seen it.
It stars Sam Neill, Lawrence Fishburne, Kathleen Quinlan, Jolie Richardson, Jason Isaacs, Sean Pertwee. They basically, a ship has gone off and they've tried to make it travel through time. So it's gone through not travel through time, travel through a wormhole to get across the universe quicker, and it disappeared, and they didn't know where it went, and then all of a sudden it turns up again.
And no one's on it.
They don't. No, exactly. Nobody is on this ship.
It's like flight plan or
They
whatever.
don't know
Yeah.
what has happened. So they go to the Event Horizon on their ship,
Yeah.
which is when we meet them. We meet them on the way there. And they are trying to work out what has happened. And there's so they get on there. There's nothing on there at all. No crew, no evidence of the crew other than the fact
No,
that-
like captain's log.
right. So the only log they've got is a video
Sounds like a computer game.
of basically just screaming, blood-curdling screaming, and some Latin that is basically chanting "Liberate me" in Latin. I can't quite remember what it is.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's not Latin.
Anyway, they've got this weird. It's got this weird sort of like warp drive. It looks like a big gyroscope. That's what created the wormhole that allowed it to travel through.
I'm having that feeling again. Like I have watched this.
And so basically they all start having these weird hallucinations.
I reckon I've seen clips and stuff. That's what it is, one of those things. But
I think I've watched it, but so long ago.
You reckon?
When was it?
99.
97.
97.
Yeah, see, I feel like I might have
flopped at the box office. So it didn't do well. That'd be why it's the 6.6.
Did you say there's a spinny something in the middle of it? Yeah,
the engine room.
I'm pretty sure I have.
There's this weird, like, sort of three circles all sort of spinning in amongst each other, sort of like gyroscopic.
But it's not memorable to me, so maybe that's why it's 6.6.
So it's the it's the Neptune. So it disappears in 2040 and reappears in 2047. That's when it's set. And there's this presence, like this haunting presence on the ship, and then they slowly get picked off.
Okay, fine.
So
it's still there. Fine. Okay.
It's as close to
I don't want you to ruin it for people.
No, it's as close to supernatural as you can get with
I will
sci-fi.
take your word for it, but I don't remember.
You'd never see it. Do you ever see it? Because
also, just to pick on you 100%, no flashbacks or anything on Earth that people are dreaming about or anything like that.
The hallucinations,
you said 100%.
Yeah, the hallucinations are all aboard the ship.
Oh wow!
There you go.
Yeah,
I might watch the first 5 minutes just to try and prove.
And how long was that? Was that quite short?
Yeah, it's only like 1 hour 36 minutes.
Okay,
I think if you haven't seen it, I could have sworn you'd have seen it, Dom.
No, if you haven't seen it, I realise I have.
You need to go watch it.
Okay. There you go.
Yeah. It's very good.
So just Dom's number one left.
Dom's number one.
Yeah, this is probably the least amount of time in space
out of all films.
No, in terms of
someone looks up at the sky at night once.
The majority of it is
it's Avatar, isn't it?
No, the majority of it is that's what I meant about the space suit. So it's not on Earth and it's out of our atmosphere, so it's on a different planet. But
does Earth exist in your film?
Yes.
Right. Okay. Give us the years.
2015.
Okay.
2 hours 24.
2 hours 24. Oh, Jeremy's looking very smart with himself. He reckons he knows.
17.36%.
Yeah.
Oh, it was on your list, was it?
Yeah, fine. Yeah.
17.36%. It was just below Guardians of the Galaxy.
When they go to the team, they're definitely in space.
Yeah, no, and that's why it's on my list. I agree with you, but it's not a huge element of it.
8 out of 10. IMDb. Okay. Adventure, drama, sci-fi. 12. Directed by.
I'm not going to ruin it because I want
Ridley
you to guess
Scott.
this.
Directed by Ridley Scott.
On Mars.
The Martian.
The Martian, correct.
I thought you were going to say based on the book, but yeah, okay.
Again, a film I've seen once.
No way. I've seen that so many times.
That is another film I can just pick up at any point.
I agree.
But it's another one that I don't have any want to watch again.
What? I think you'd have to. The whole concept, the scientific element of him.
He just makes
being
potatoes,
a botanist.
That's all I remember.
But it's not.
It's only
more
for
than that.
Period of time.
Yeah.
But it's just the whole. I don't know. Yeah.
I think it just glorifies being clever.
So I think the reason I wouldn't watch it though is it's really tense all the way through though.
No, not for most of it.
I think it's really light-hearted in places.
Yeah, like he's there and he's living quite happily for a while. So
didn't it win like an Emmy for? Wasn't it nominated for comedy film?
What?
I think if you look up, it was in the same nomination as the comedy musicals. It was put in with comedy musicals. They didn't put it in with drama, whatever year for that year.
Oh, there you go.
So I remember that because I don't remember thinking it was a comedy particularly.
No, I think it's funny.
There are big, especially when he's on his own. Essentially,
so, right? Can you give me a rundown? Because I've completely forgotten. Can you tell me who's in it and give me a quick rundown of
Matt Damon,
another person who's come up a couple of times, Jessica Chastain.
She's
right. In it. Yeah.
Matt Damon, Kristen Wiig, Jeff Daniels,
who's also in Interstellar, by the way. So these people all overlap.
Kristen Wiig's in this.
Yeah,
she's on Earth though.
Right.
Jeff Daniels, he's on
Earth.
Michael Pena. He's one of the
He's in space.
He's
He's
space,
in
yeah.
your.
Is that
So he's
the
quite a comic.
guy
He's quite
from
comical as well.
Ant-Man?
Yes.
And I've got Kate Mara. I'm not entirely sure.
She's
Who
also
don't
one of the
refer to-
team. She's
Oh yes, okay, fine.
she's
What
the
else?
other female on the team.
Yeah,
She makes the
that-
explosives.
I've done those. It's a list. There's There's Childish Gambino, his character.
Is he?
He's the genius. that
Donald
helps them-
Glover?
Donald Glover. He calculates the trajectory of the.
I don't remember this at all.
So what they
seen it.
essentially-
I'm not sure you've seen it.
I have seen it. I've
So
seen it
they
once.
think
Benedict
he's,
Wong, he's in it at
Yeah.
one point.
so they're on Mars. There's an accident.
Yeah.
They think he is no longer alive, and they leave without him.
Doesn't he have an accident on like a craft? Is he like on a, I don't know, like a
No, they're doing an
Quad bike.
Doing an
exploration,
exploration, yeah.
and a sandstorm comes in too quickly,
right?
and
They think
they-
he's gone.
they think they've seen him just go, and I don't. Yeah, and basically they think he's. There's no life signs because it's a sandstorm, so
Okay.
they can't tell he's there. So they have to make a split decision. We either all go now, or we're all going to be dead.
So they go and leave him, and then they find out he's still there, right?
Because he ends up communicating with them. But yeah,
Well, NASA basically spot that the rover keeps moving.
And he is the Martian, which is what this film is,
Yeah.
right? He
Yeah.
is the Martian.
because he's on another
But
planet.
basically,
essentially.
they don't communicate with him to begin with because nobody knows he's still there. And then the people looking at the photos of Mars realise that things keep moving, and they're like, "Why
Yeah.
does it keep moving? Because there's no one there, surely."
But then
Right. And how long is he on his own?
for I wouldn't like to say how long, but
Years.
Oh,
is it
gosh,
that long?
really?
Because they turn around, don't they? When they're obviously on their way back
Mhm.
to Earth from Mars,
Which is a long journey.
and it's halfway. I think it's halfway back, essentially, roughly. That
I want to say it's over a year though, because he says something like the amount of lunar like passes,
Right.
because he can't do like all the spins of the
Yeah.
Earth or whatever. He's basically works out how long he's got to be,
'Cause-
because to begin with he thinks he's going to have to stay there until the next Mars landing,
yeah.
which they've already sort of sent a rover for.
So that's when he starts to patch up the base, whatever you want to call it, and then kind of makes and
So-
uses his botany expertise.
Because he has to make himself food because he hasn't got any food.
So he has to,
they
so he
took
has
it
to
all with
grow
him.
plants.
No,
and
he
stuff.
has some,
But
but
not
it's
enough.
only rationed for 5 people for a period of time.
Right. And they've gone.
And he thinks he's staying there until the next Mars landing.
Okie
Yeah.
doke.
So
But
he's planning,
Mhm.
worst case scenario, I know people are coming back to Mars in 4 years' time or whatever, so I'm going to have to make this work.
So, and he does, and obviously he finds a way of communicating by using the letters in the sand, essentially. Or there's like flags.
He
with,
uses a hexadecimal system
Right.
and uses a pointer
Yeah.
to point
Make
at
words and stuff,
make the
yeah.
words. They
Oh.
work out. It's he's using an old landing, it's an old
Landed
machine
site.
that's landed
yeah,
Right.
to communicate back.
by moving it around.
See, look,
essentially,
all
to
this
that.
you missed. Like, I know so much about this film.
How many
And
times
it
have you
is-
seen it?
The comedy element,
Double figures.
Right. Oh, blimey.
the comedy, I've seen it about 5 or 6 times probably. It's an easy watch, and it is funny because
Is it
I'm
easy?
always
Michael Pena's
invested. I'm
character and
always
then-
invested in it, and I think, as I've always said, I watch it, and by the end of it, I think it's like
It's
almost
real.
like a true
Yeah.
story thing.
Is it? Okay. Are you waiting for the photos of the real person?
I'm
at
waiting for the bit at
end?
the end, and they never turn up.
So, how long was it? Is it over 2 hours?
2 hours 24.
Yeah.
See, I think that might be the put-off point for me then. Because
You
it's over
don't
2 hours.
realise that. It's
But
not
once you
it's
watch it
not-
the first time,
Well, yeah.
you can pick it
stop
up
in the middle.
at any point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good. Run
Yeah.
nice.
There we go. That's my number one.
So, hang on. You haven't seen my number one.
No.
I haven't seen Jem or your number one, and Jem hasn't seen my number one either. So, have none of us seen each other, or you've seen each other's The Martian? That's it.
No, I think I might have seen yours, but I can't remember.
Okay. I'm sure Dominic's watched it.
Washed it.
Watched.
I watched it. Right. We need to be quick so that
Yeah.
we don't lose all our listeners. I didn't have a very long list of honourable mentions. So to give you a clue,
Mhm.
you've mentioned 2 of them already. Guardians was 6th with 20.66.
Got big
Martian was 7th with 17.36. And Starship Troopers
Oh,
was,
that's what I had on my
nice.
list. Yeah,
was
yeah.
15.5%.
I thought of Starship Troopers.
Too much on different planets.
So, yeah. I decided a lot of the ones I thought of that I liked weren't really spacey. Were
Yeah.
just more different planety. So I did have
True.
likes of Moon, Gravity, and Stellar.
I also feel
Sorry.
like we're gonna get critiqued a little bit the fact that we haven't included any Star Wars.
I've already used all the 3 original trilogy Star Wars films, so
They're not my favourite films.
I didn't want to go to the second trilogy, the prequel trilogy, and I haven't seen all of the third trilogy.
I couldn't work out if
it's space.
If it's how long it's in space. I suppose I could have looked it up. But which one? Because I think of all the scenes on planets, like
Tatooine, Hoth.
Yeah, exactly. So you start doing that, and then you're
Naboo.
like, is the Death Star a planet?
Well,
it's big enough, isn't it?
It's a moon.
It's a moon. And then you're like, well, so hold on. You
not really
wouldn't
a moon.
count the moon
It's a
as
ship. It's a spaceship.
you would count that as a planet, but yeah.
So the only other ones I thought of were Austin Powers 2, where they go in space at the end, which is then a Mick take of Moonraker, which has a bit of space in it. And I was surprised. I'm going to mention just because we can that I thought Dom might go with Dune.
No, because that's mainly on.
It is on
land.
If you'd have done
and
that,
the rocket.
I'd have claimed you don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
Facts.
no.
Oh, and I did consider Stargate for a bit until I realised that's all on a planet though. Like they just talk about space.
Yeah, true.
Go to different worlds.
I think the only ones I haven't done are but once again I didn't choose it. I had Pitch Black, but that's all on another planet, I suppose.
A dark planet.
Yeah, and then Fifth Element, where obviously they're in space.
Yeah, there
for
is
quite
a
bit
smaller.
of it.
No, they do space travel, don't they? Because that's how he meets Chris Rock.
Yeah.
Oh, I suppose, yeah. Chris Tucker.
Chris Tucker, wrong
Chris
one.
Tucker,
yeah, there you go.
And then Rebel Moon, but it's not one of my top 5. So.
Okay,
I haven't seen that. Yeah. I did go for the alternative use of the word space. I made a little mini list.
You did a mini
What,
list.
as in, hang on, what alternative use? Like an area?
Office Space
Right, yeah.
is the film. Inner Space, which we've already mentioned before. And then I did try to think about a space, a large area, a vast large area. I came back to one you might appreciate.
Did you choose The Revenant?
No, oh no.
Well, you could have chosen June for that.
Yeah.
Mm.
Anyway.
I went to Harry Potter's Room of Requirement because that's as big as you want it.
Sort of.
So it's just space.
It's what you need it to be.
Yeah.
Space.
I just need space.
I need 3,000 acres. That's what.
What about any other? Did you get both of the?
I got
guesses?
you. I got you with Armageddon.
Not that was Jeremy.
What?
I didn't say Armageddon.
Oh man, no.
Then you didn't get Matthew with Armageddon.
No.
What did you think Jeremy would
I
say?
thought you
then?
said The Martian, but then I didn't realise you were going on percentages.
See, little curveball there.
Curveball. He's playing the
Matthew,
game
did you
on
get
purpose. No, I guess Guardians of the Galaxy for you and Dune for Dom.
I guessed correctly Matthew with Galaxy Quest because I said pretty sure we mentioned before and then put in brackets, but Matt would have picked Hitchhikers, but he's already done it in the robot.
I read it out.
And I put for Dominic, and I don't know why I keep putting little comments underneath, but Starship Troopers.
Oh, that was really
and then
close,
I put, you better not count any of the Dunes underneath. That's literally what I've written.
No, it's not. That's planet to planet.
It is
It's
planet
just,
to planet.
it's just on planets massively.
Yeah.
Okay, so we just need a little rundown then, and I think I've
You're
got to kick that
first.
off, haven't I?
You do, yes.
Okay, so my number 5 was Armageddon. My number 4 was Apollo 13. My number 3 was Interstellar. My number 2 was WALL-E. And my number 1 was Passengers.
My top 5 films set in space is number 5 is Life. Number 4 is Star Trek. Number 3 is Galaxy Quest. Number 2, Guardians of the Galaxy. And number 1 was Event Horizon.
And my top 5, number 5 was Gravity. Number 4 was Star Trek. Number 3 was Guardians of the Galaxy. Number 2 was Moon. And number 1 was The Martian.
Well, we've only got to thank everyone for listening and sticking with us.
Thank you very
not
much.
too many
Yeah.
duplications. So
Just
yeah.
Dom and me.
Yeah. But
I think at least from our lists this week, you could probably tell what the theme was.
yeah, that's true.
That is very true, yeah.
But I do feel like people are going to be like, how can you not include a Star Wars?
Yeah.
Well, we'll
Agreed.
see.
Well,
Let us know.
Which Star Wars, though, and what
Mm.
percentage of it was in space? That's
Agreed.
the real question. Maybe I'll find those for you to put on social media, Matthew.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
do, oh,
Do it.
yes, please do. Very good.
By Star Wars. All the Star Wars breakdown as a percentage.
Did you tell us whether it was a website or whether you'd...
Sat there and watched
Sat
it
there
with a
and-
stopwatch.
No, I hadn't sat there and stopped it. That would be good, though. I'd use one of those ones that you use for chess. So you could click it on and click it off. Click it on and click it off.
Don't they just count down?
You can make ones that, or find ones that count up.
Yeah, normal
Isn't that
stopwatches.
just a stopwatch?
Yeah, but I like the idea. I like the idea of just a switch.
What's the okay?
No, just like one switch that goes from one to the other to one to the other.
What, and then at the end you check it adds up to the length of the film.
Yeah,
Okay, good.
I didn't do that, but there we go.
Fair
right.
enough. There we go. Sorry.
So get in touch with us at Top 5 Films, that if there's anything we've forgotten or should watch or anything like that. But other than that, you'll hear from us next week when we get quizzing again. But other than that, it's just time to say goodbye.
See you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.